Yeah. What's going on, Reject Nation? Greg and John here today. We are going to watch the trailer for Hawkeye. About damn time that Jeremy Renner got his own show. I'm hearing that this particular series is most likely going to be inspired from the Matt Fraction run, which is regarded as like the best Hawkeye comic series. I'm very much excited to see what's in store today. Thank you, Jeremy Renner, for letting everyone know that the trailer was coming out today. It's always nice to have a little bit of a heads up. Of course, we're going to be covering this show on the channel, full-length watch-alongs, where you sync it with the time code for the show. Be at our Patreon page. We cover a whole bunch of shows over there as well, such as Marvel's What If and, you know, a whole bunch of things, all right? Anyway, if you enjoy a reaction, please go ahead and hit that like button. Let's swing on in action, people. See what's going on with Clint, Barton, and Kate Bishop.
This is the first Christmas we've had together in years.
I love you guys.
Rogers the musical.
Authorities are wondering if the masked vigilante who terrorized the city's underworld is back.
Ronan.
Should we be worried?
No, it's nothing. I'll be there for Christmas. I promise.
It's because hearing aids in.
When I wore this suit, I made a whole lot of enemies.
You're Hawkeye.
Hey, how are you?
Some people actually call me the world's greatest archer.
There's like a Shane Black vibe to this.
Hey, I should be back in a day or two. Hang on a second.
Oh, nice.
More complicated.
Cool. There's a tracksuit Draculas.
Oh.
Vera Farmiga. Huh? Lucky the dog.
Cool.
I think that was just High Echo.
Definitely not this one.
Whoa.
More dangerous than that one?
Hell yeah.
It's just some Christmas.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that looks
That
great.
looks very fun. That looks very fun.
Yeah, real Shane Black vibes all throughout that trailer with the banter, the Christmas themes throughout.
The action.
The action too, yeah. Feels like a buddy cop dynamic.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. They're gonna be at odds at first, but then they're gonna be totally synchronized by the end.
You see plenty in this trailer all throughout. You're looking at the tracksuit Draculas. They're the main people who are, you know, like the ones in the tracksuit red outfits here. At one point, I do think you see Echo. There were leaked photos of her a while ago. Echo is a character who's a Native American deaf. She is able to mimic / echo people's movements, and it's an exciting debut for her to be in here. I think she's going to be getting her own Disney Plus series as well, if I'm not mistaken. So it's going to be cool to get like an introduction of her here in the series, transition into her own solo series as well. But for the most part, yeah, I mean, I was expecting a little bit more of a grittier tone, perhaps. I think it'll still probably preserve some of that grit. This is just the first trailer, the teaser trailer, which is having that Christmas vibe, and that's why I was thinking so much of Shane Black, the buddy cop dynamic that you see between the two of them, how one is like an older, disgruntled, you know, a little bit grumpy guy who's working with the young protege. I think their chemistry looks really great together. I'm excited to see how the handoff of the torch goes, because I feel like Clint Barton has been trying to retire for the longest time in the MCU, and something keeps pulling him back in, having to deal with the sins of his past to a certain extent. The way she reacted to him was very interesting to me when she was like, "You're Hawkeye," because that could be, you know, sort of borrowing elements from the comics. She thought like Hawkeye was dead, so she's taking up the mantle. It gets to a point where, you know, like when Hawkeye does show up, of like, who's the person pretending to be me on the streets? And then she's like, "Oh my God, you're actually alive. You gotta train me." And then she has to earn her way there. Plus it has like that spy dynamic. So there's so much going on in this trailer that I'm really enjoying, and I left plenty for John to talk about. So, yeah. Yeah, there you
Thanks,
go.
man. Really generous of you. No, I love the tone of this, and I think that's a really nice way to throw us a curveball because Hawkeye, I mean, I feel like if you'd gone with a more serious, more gritty tone trailer, it might not be as unique, and I feel like for the timing that they want this to come out and the kind of show, like, I don't know, like it's all about seeing what they have in store, but that Shane Black vibe does make me think like maybe this will be a really great sort of send-off for Hawkeye in terms of being, you know, like the mantle of the character, passing it off to Kate Bishop and everything, but also keeping it, yeah, like upbeat and having a certain sense of like when they rebranded Thor, like a lot of that was like he was really serious up until a certain point there, and they're like, we need to have more fun with this character. And I almost feel like Hawkeye, Clint, he's always been a character that has had some humor and some wit in the MCU, but I feel like this will probably make him the most lovable that he's been yet. Also give us, you know, a really emotional passing of that torch and that mantle, and plus, you know, it looks like this is gonna have some really awesome action too, not just the bow and arrow stuff, the archery stuff, but like the car chases look really great, just the potential for hand-to-hand combat and like set pieces that are action-packed but more street level, and the idea that he's gonna have to teach her to be a more street level hero, like all that looks really lucid in here and really exciting and fun. It's interesting. I bet this will be a bit more gritty than it looks from this trailer, especially because you got the Christmas music and there's always a certain like irony and humor that comes with that. It looks like this could be one of the most fun and exciting, just like action-oriented shows that they've got coming, you know?
Yeah, that's at least what I'm hoping for. Is because the last time we saw Clint Barton in Endgame, he was coming off a very gritty portrayal, and then thinking of the Mad Fraction run, I was sort of imagining that does have humor, like especially the banter element. It's very much present in that comic. That's like what we hone in on most with the comedy, and then you got the spy qualities. To like literally, there was times where I'm like, oh, this is a straight up spy movie here, especially when they're like going undercover and they have like the bow tie and everything and the nice dress and everything like that.
One, he's gonna have to like juggle spending time away from the family, helping, and like covering up for that.
Hailee Steinfeld is like perfectly cast for this role, so you know they were hearing all these rumors for the longest time about Young Avengers. I want them to get West Coast Avengers, which Kate Bishop is a part of. Like, where are all our LA superheroes? You have a West Coast Avengers in the Marvel Comics.
Do it.
So let's get the West Coast Avengers going, guys. Let's do it. You already got your Kate Bishop established. How many heroes do we need in New York City, man?
Everyone's saving the Big Apple. No one's saving us over here.
And I'm also hearing talk that Kingpin might return to here. Vincent D'Onofrio specifically might be in here. It's just a big rumor. Valentina, Julia Louis-Dreyfus character, makes sense that she might show up in here. And of course, I thought they would show her in this. No Yelena Belova in this trailer. You know, she's obviously expected to be in here. So that
Post-credit scene.
Yeah, yeah, maybe. I mean, she might segue into that in some way towards the end of the series. But regardless, guys, what did you think about the Hawkeye trailer? Are you excited for it? Leave your thoughts down below. Subscribe, click that bell, hit that like button. Last but not least, let's do a
Fox, if there's anybody who could fill the shoes of a badass in the MCU like a Hawkeye, pick up that bow and arrow. I bet you already have archery experience. You've already got fight training experience. You inspire me to become a greater badass in my own life. So Fox, plus you got the cool ass name. You're a shoo-in. You need to be out there in the streets doing vigilante action. We're counting on you. You will be our West Coast Avenger, Fox. So make it happen. Love you. Thank you for all your continued support over at Patreon, all your feedback and enthusiasm. Always appreciated. Love you, and stay pledged.